Thank you. I'd like to welcome you on behalf of the Mullins family. Mindy, Jeff, the always effervescent Murray, who unfortunately couldn't be here with us tonight, and our B'not Mitzvah, Sarah and Emily, or as Emily loves to say, Emily and Sarah. My name is Michael Marcus, and I have been privileged to have been Sarah and Emily's religious and B'not Mitzvah teacher. I'd like to remind everyone to please turn off their cell phones so that they will not disturb the service, or Sarah and Emily, who have worked so diligently to make everything just right. And kids, please, no text messaging tonight. Just as we Jews look upon bar and bat mitzvah as a rite of passage into young adulthood, we also view it and the tradition that has been established as yet another link in the chain of Judaism's continued existence. This link extends all the way back to Moses at Mount Sinai, which will continue through Sarah and Emily and on to their children. In Hebrew, we say lador vador, from generation to generation. It is not only a beautiful song and prayer, it is the very strength of our people. And speaking of generation to generation, let us go back 2 generations to Grandpa Harold and Grandma Lee, who wanted very much to pass on the heritage of their fathers and mothers to their children and grandchildren. And through Jeff and Mindy, they are doing just that. This service is dedicated in their honor and with love in their memory. Metaphorically, both are standing right alongside of Sarah and Emily, very proud that their granddaughters are carrying on the traditions that they valued so deeply. A special note about tonight's service. Usually I say some words about the family after the priestly blessing. Tonight my words will be presented to you, the congregation, as if it were a 2-chapter book. Chapter 1 will be presented now, and chapter 2 will be presented after the priestly blessing. And since I'm a teacher by profession, there will be a test after chapter 2. And if you fail, you don't go to the cocktail hour. While I was teaching Sarah and Emily about their portions and their heritage, I was also learning as well. I learned about the family's dynamics and how 2 wonderful parents had and have such a wonderful influence on these 2 fabulous kids in terms of love and affection, and also at the kind of values that these 2 parents not only teach, but live by every day of their lives. To me, Mindy and Jeff are the epitome of all that which is kind and good in parenting. They have exhibited time after time the one quality I hold far above all others, and that is respect for all who they come into contact with. A value that, in my humble opinion, encompasses all of these other following values: love, kindness, decency, sympathy, humility, and honesty. If I had to describe Mindy and Jeff in just 2 words, I would choose the following Hebrew words: chen, chen lach. Translated roughly into English, the words which come from the Torah mean a person or people who has or have an aura about them that is so impressive that it is beyond grace, and that we hold these people above all others and stand in awe of them. These are the kind of people we try to emulate, and the very same values that Mindy and Jeff live by have made their way into Sarah and Emily's visceral, and these 2 young people can be best described simply as a joy to be with. For the past year, I have had the unique and wonderful experience of working with these 2 delightful young ladies, and because of the special relationship we have, each has stolen my heart in her own way. Mindy and Jeff, I have been privileged, honored, and blessed to have been a small bit player in your daughters attaining this significant goal in their lives. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for providing me with the opportunity of working with them. In Emily's words, it has been an awesome experience. Mindy and Jeff, you too have stolen my heart. And I will always treasure our relationship, which is based upon mutual respect, affection, and I will miss tremendously the lessons with the girls and the heartfelt discussions the four of us had afterwards that oftentimes had us laughing and sometimes had us shedding a tear or two. The highest compliment I can give to any adult is to say the following: if my 2-year-old granddaughter turns out to be anything like either of you, or a combination of both of you, I will have been blessed. Thank you for everything you have taught me and for the warmth and sweetness you have bestowed upon me. When I mention Sarah and Emily to the Jericho girls that I know, they describe them as intelligent, beautiful, sweet, kind, and very, very nice. The boys agree with that description of these two fabulous young people, but add the following: they're hot. After all, they're a combination of their beautiful mother and handsome father. Sarah and Emily are excellent students in the Jericho School District, taking their studies very seriously, and both have fabulous senses of humor. Over the past year, Sarah and Emily and I have worked closely together, even while they were at camp, and not once did they complain to me that I was taking them away from some fun activity, even though I knew I was. Sarah and Emily, you have been blessed with parents that love you unconditionally, grandparents that are unique and adore everything about you. Plus, you both are intelligent, charming, and sweet, a perfect formula for a successful, happy life. And with God's help and blessings, may it always continue to be that way. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of chapter 1. I hope you took copious notes, because we all know that Mindy did. Cantor Berman will now begin our service with an abbreviated chanting of the Ashrei found on page 4 of your booklets.
Ashrei Yoshvei Beitecha, Od Yehalelucha Selah, Ashrei Ha'am Shekacha Lo, Ashrei Ha'am She'Adonai Elohav.
Happy are those who dwell in your house, they will sing your praise forever.
Together, happy the people to whom such blessings fall. Happy the people of the eternal God.
Tehillah David, Arumimcha Elohai HaMelech, Vavacha Shimcha Leolam Vaed, V'chol Yom Avarechecha, Va'ahalela Shimcha Leolam Vaed.
I will exalt you, my sovereign God. I will praise your name forever.
Together,
Every
day I will praise you. I will extol your name forever.
Gadol Adonai u'mehulal me'od, v'ligdulato ein cheker, dor ledor yishabach ma'asecha, u'gevurotecha yagidu.
Great are you, Eternal One, and worthy of praise, and infinite is your greatness.
Together, one generation shall acclaim your work to the next. They shall tell